Hello and welcome to another Warcrafty audio commentary. Today we're going to be watching Game 2 of this Best of 3 series from WLW between Sweet Backing, spawning in as the blue undead in the lower right corner of the map. The map is Terran Stand, and we will see him going with a standard Fiends build. He's going to be going up against IQ16, spawning in as the red orc in the upper left side of the map, and he's going to be going with a pretty standard early grunt, early blade master build. And again, there aren't any observer slots, so you are subjected to these horrible spamming rally sounds. I don't know why. There's no way to turn that sound off, but even when your screen's like not at the other, like the base where the rallies are being spammed, you can see they're clearly being spammed down here. But if I move my base all the way, the camera all the way over here, you can still just hear it, and it's very loud, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Both players do it. And that's really the worst thing about having replays without observer slots, actually. So that's quite unfortunate, but hey, whatever. This is Game 2, and the map, of course, is Terran Stand. We are seeing both players playing pretty standard, especially for this map. And we'll see if we can actually see anything crazy happening. Who knows? We'll find out. But, yeah, we can see a shop going down for the orc player. He's probably going to go ahead and creep up here, maybe creep this. Normally, if you're going to see an aggressive orc, they'll build their shop somewhere in this area or in this area. Sometimes you'll see it. There's various places, but basically, you generally build a really aggressive shop if you're trying to play super aggressive as the orc player on this map. Otherwise, you just pretty much creep out your pretty much your standard creep pattern right here. You get your green, your orange, sometimes your shop, and it just depends on what the orc player is looking to do. And you can see maybe he's looking for a fast level 3. Or maybe he's looking for a fast harass. Of course, you can see that the undead player is going to be able to go for a fast level 3 between this camp, this green camp, this orange camp, this shop, and then you can creep this green or another green or something like that, and that'll give you a level 3 pretty quickly as well. So we can see, of course, that being mirrored on either side. Who knows exactly what's going to happen? We'll have to wait and see. But the point is that if both players hit level 3 very quickly, then this is not a very large map. So I think it probably benefits the undead player a little bit. Because honestly, as the undead player, getting level 3 on your death knights is really important. It allows you to keep your heroes alive and your units alive much longer versus focus fire from the orc player. And that's kind of a really big deal, especially coming into tier 2 when you finally get that frost armor. It allows you to be very aggressive, and we'll see. It looks like he's definitely going for a 2-fiend tech right here, as you can see. I'm just waiting for the wood. Went ahead and tried to get it, but unfortunately he missed it by just one little wood tick right there. He's two wood away. We'll go ahead and see that's the tech right there. It's got a Nubian tower up because you do need that just in case the orc is going to play aggressively. And we'll see that the orc is going to tech as well, and he's definitely going for that fast level 3. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and start healing up his units now that he knows that he can go ahead and count that all the focus fire will be on this grunt right here. And that's going to allow him to go ahead and salve that up as soon as this dies. And then he just needs to creep a green, and he can creep this green, or he could potentially go ahead and creep another green camp. We'll see if he's going to creep this one. This one's probably not the best green creep to camp. Well, I can't speak. This probably isn't the best green camp to creep if you're trying to immediately go over to the undead player's base, as you can, of course, just pick up healing salves and then move along your way down here and creep a green or something like that. And what I meant is you can actually send your grunts over here. But of course, they're going to be frost armor, and that's not really something you want to fight, so not that green camp. There's this green camp that you have ensnared to worry about. This camp, it's closest. It's easiest to creep, probably. But, so, I mean, maybe this one. But this one gives you slow for like 20 seconds on your unit. That's not very good either. So, I don't know. I guess it just depends on your personal preference. As there are lots of issues with different creep camps. This guy, of course, can bash, so just depends on what you're looking for, I suppose. But we do see the Blade Master has actually come down here to the bottom of the map. I don't know where he is now. Oh, he's over here. He picked up Boots of Speed probably from the shop up here. I would doubt that he came all the way down here to pick that up. I didn't quite catch earlier if he did. But I'm assuming he picked it up there because, of course, turning it across the map takes a while. I'm just going to go ahead and kill the item dropping creep at that bottom left gold mine, picking up a Claws of Attack +6. We will see that the orc player, or the undead player right here, is going to go ahead and try to creep out his green camp as well. And if none of this experience gets stolen, he is going to hit level 3. And it looks like that's going to be the case, picking up level 3 on that Death Knight right there. Of course, the Blade Master also level 3 is going to go ahead and pop that Potion of Rejuvenation, or Scroll of Rejuvenation, which of course heals his mana and HP over time. And he is now up to full mana and pretty much full HP. So it's about 25 HP off from full. We will see that on tier 2 for the undead. Just not going to go ahead and finish as the Blade Master runs out of Windwalk, just kind of showing that he's here. And probably not the greatest idea, but you know, sometimes you can go ahead and use that. See, yeah, the undead going to go ahead and waste a dust right there, and just he had no choice really. He had to deal with the fact, because if there was a Blade Master right there, it kind of shapes what he's going to do. And right here, can you place your slaughterhouse down if it's just going to get canceled? You know, that's one of the questions. Of course, we will go ahead and see him flowing down, immediately getting that Lich as well as Burrow coming out. It's going to go ahead and use a second charge of Dust, and this is because he wants to go ahead and throw down that Slaughterhouse right here. And again, you really don't want to get that canceled, so just, you know, picking up, spending 75 gold to go ahead and ensure that your Slaughterhouse isn't getting canceled generally isn't a bad thing. Of course, he was scouting with skeletons at the same time. He had one right here, had one up here. Getting scout that the Orc player is indeed creeping out his natural gold mine, the orange camp right there. We will see that the Shadowhunter has been the second hero pickup for the Orc player, and it looks like he's trying to do a fairly standard tier 2 play this time with Raider, Walker, and of course he is currently researching Ensnare. He does seem to be a player who prefers Ensnare before his first Raider. Some players do, some players don't. You'll find arguments for, you know, which way to go with by lots of people both ways. I've seen it heavily debated, but in heated debates. I'm not sure why people care that much. I don't think there's quite a right or wrong way there, but either way, it looks like we're gonna see that this is gonna be a tier 2 tower push coming in from the undead player. And that Blade Master does indeed scout it. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for this Acolyte already. Of course, he will just go ahead and get Frost Armored when that happens. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and two-shot the Acolyte with 156 damage crit, as well as that 70 damage backstab coming out of Windwalk. We do have, of course, I'm sure another Acolyte on the way. Here it is, being produced currently. We will check up here just to see that there's a Skeleton Warrior in that peon line. Not really going to do too terribly much, and we'll see that this could potentially work, because as you can see, there is now one Raider out. He does have Ensnare, and Walker's on the way, but this is pretty much going to be favored for the undead player right off the bat. As you can see, he is level 3 on that Death Knight, and that's going to be nice. He does have a Potion of Healing on the Lich right there, and of course, you're going to see that Fiend going to get picked off as he tries to reinforce the fight right here, and perhaps we'll see this Acolyte going down as well if the Orc player still stays down there, but he does need to go ahead and try to save this lounge if he can. We'll see a Raider going down right now, and then Ensnare going to go off onto a full HP Raider, not the one that was currently being focused, and that's going to go ahead and allow him to try to split the amount of healing that's going to be required and get some kills right there. As you can see, we will see that go down, one Fiend down. We will see a Grunt on its way as well. Here comes another Raider up, and there is a Spirit Walker fairly low on life. We do have a Ziggurat going up as well as a statue out in the battle now. Just going to go ahead and start providing some healing. There is a Potion of Mana that's very important on that Death Knight that will allow him to get a lot more coils in this game. We'll see a Fiend dying as a Hex was put on the Death Knight just to go ahead and prevent him from actually coiling that Fiend before it did die. Indeed, we're probably going to see the Spirit Walker going down. No, he's going to go ahead and go into corporal form, or I'm sorry, ethereal form right there and get healing salved in the meantime. Now you can see some focus fire going on that Shadowhunter. This is looking really good for the undead player currently, and as you can see, I mean, those peons are now coming in here to this fight, but ultimately the Ziggurat is about to go down. There's still plenty of mana. As you can see, 210 mana on the Death Knight plus that Potion of Mana, and so yeah, we'll see some nice burrows. Gonna see a really good burrow save right there for the undead player. As you can see, another Grunt going down. We will see a Raider probably dying here fairly soon. The statue is probably going to go down, and down it goes. We will see that Shadowhunter is going to be forced to pick up a Potion of Healing and use that immediately as he ran into range of that shop. We do see that Nerubian Tower almost completed, and of course the undead player is trying to fight an uphill battle here versus the Spirit Link, but nonetheless it looks like he might be able to get a kill on the Blade Master right here. There's going to be a quill coming out very shortly, perhaps onto this Blade Master. As you can see, he's getting very, very low. You can go ahead and pop a Potion of Healing, and of course at that point it's going to say, the undead player will say, it's time, I'd rather save my Lich, and quills the Lich instead. We'll see another burrow onto the Fiends. We're going to see one more dust being used to go ahead and try to kill it. As we can see, another quill being tossed out onto it. That Potion of Mana has now been used. There is a Sobi actually on that Shadowhunter, so that's why the Shadowhunter has so much mana in this game. Of course, plus those constant clarities that he's been using. But we can tell that this is down to the wire at this point, as both players are getting low on units. But again, it's still looking like undead is favored right now. We will see that Shadowhunter is currently in a little bit of trouble. He might go down to a coil. No, he's going to get coiled, and he's only down to 48 life. However, he currently does not have a healing salve, and or well, he has been healing south, but it's actually going to get canceled by an Acolyte, in fact. And we're going to go ahead and see him popping, selling his Sobi Mask to pick up a Potion of Mana, popping that and casting a Healing Wave. There is another statue coming into play at this point, though. We're going to see one more dust to kill another Burrowed Fiend. Lots of dust going off in this game. And this fight's still going underway. We will try to see some more focus fire onto that Blade Master. That Blade Master is really close to level 5, though. As you can see, the Orc player does have better hero levels. He has level 4, almost level 5 on that Blade Master, level 2 on the Shadow Hunter versus level 2 on the Lich, and level 3, maybe halfway, a little over halfway through to level 4 on that Death Knight. So as you can see, but it definitely looks like the Orc player is now running out of perhaps resources. No, not sure. But he's definitely running out of army, and as you can see, these guys, these peons who've been fighting for quite some time, aren't giving him any kind of wood. But we'll see that it looks pretty well still for the undead player. I mean, look at this. You're gonna go ahead and see that Blade Master going down to a cool little Nova snipe, and GG's gonna be called by the Orc player. So there you go, game 2, tearing a stand. If you missed game 1, you can click right here to check that game out. And if you'd like to check out game 3, you can just click right there. And hopefully we will see you guys in game 3. So see you there.